It's time for Wisconsin race fans to gather round. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show, and thanks for joining us for our 42nd consecutive season. We are your destination for news and interviews from the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, NASCAR, and more. With the support of our great sponsors, the Racing Roundup Show is America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. And tune in every Saturday morning at 11:30 to CW18 Milwaukee to catch Milwaukee's only motorsports show. You still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday, August 18th. It's a great night to be here with us. We're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield in West Dallas. Come on down and join the racing crowd. Lots to talk about. A lot of great guests on the show, as we do every week. Man, we have this show now for 42 seasons and counting. It's our 42nd anniversary season, if you will. And we're so excited to have you along for the ride once again here. Again, we do our show every week in front of a live audience. Tonight we're at Polly's Pub and Eatery at 81st and Greenfield. The Brewer Shuttle is going on right now, so if you want to be part of that, come on down. They could do that every Brewers home game and other great events around the area, including up to Green Bay for concerts, out to Madison for concerts, sporting events, plays, you name it. Church festivals, they do a lot of shuttling here at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Check them out at pollyspubandeatery.com on socials or on their Facebook or on their website. I'd like to thank each person that took time to A, nominate me, and B, consider me to vote for me. I am one of the 5 inductees. I was told today that I'm in the Hall of Fame, whatever that means. Actually, it's a great thing. The Southeastern Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame has been around for quite a while now, and it recognizes those that have outstanding accomplishments in short track racing in our area. I'm humbled by this because I am not done yet, and I don't think I'm near retirement yet. And they said, "Hey, you're in." I'm like, "Great." So I want to also congratulate Greg McCarnes, Butchie Hafman, Scott Cuxhouse, and Jerry Kindler, who've had great storied careers. I met Greg when I think he was 6 or 7 back in the 80s. We all know Greg's story. He now owns and operates Madison International Speedway, promotes a bunch of Midwest Tour races, promotes Angel Park Speedway as the leasee. Butchie Hafman's still doing it. He's got his vintage modified. You see him at the pit gate at Plymouth and at Slinger every week. Scotty Cuxhouse, he and his family have been involved in racing for decades. Scott was the hot dog that I watched at year-end specials and called out a couple of times on his in his career on the dirt tracks. Jerry Kindler, of course, a multi-time champion, I think, and sportsman, at least if he shouldn't have been. He was in the hunt every year. I was a sportsman guy at Hales Corner Speedway, so it's great to be in with those guys. That upcoming induction ceremony is on Saturday, November 7th, so I look forward to getting a bunch of folks together for that, so that should be kind of cool. On tonight's show, thanks again. On tonight's show, we're celebrating 60 years of racing with the Conrad Morgan, who recently announced that this is his 60th and final season. So we got some cool shirts here. They're actually making these available to anybody who wants one on Conrad Morgan Racing online on Facebook. It's got the number 60 years inside the 92. So he's always going to be number 92 to everybody. But Conrad is here tonight with his friends and some of his key team members, and we've got a bunch of people he wants to thank. So looking forward to spending some time tonight, and I want you to join us if you're a Conrad Morgan fan or watch Conrad race. Tonight's the night we get to kind of kick back and talk about things. He only has 2 races remaining in his schedule, both at Slinger Super Speedway coming up on August 30th and September 6th. We'll talk to him about how things are winding down and how things are going to finish up strong. And yet another year of racing super late models. We're also spending time with next generation racer Emily Billings, fresh off her Golden Sands Speedway victory. This is the winning trophy she brought with her tonight, so thank you, Emily, for bringing that. We're going to talk to Emily about her great racing and now playing on the dirt with Eric Bloomer's Legends car. We'll talk to her about how her great successes in Bandoleros have led to some opportunities in the Legends world. We'll also have a chance to visit with Kaden Blowski. Kaden's here tonight. He races in the American Super Cups. He's got a special story. He doesn't run a car. He runs a truck. It's the Sundrop Green number 3 truck. There's a lot of NASCAR tie to all of this. We're going to get down to it with Kaden Blowski here on the program as well. I want to thank him for taking the time to join us here from Illinois. Plus, Bill Holland goes in the groove, sponsored by Johnson & Sons Paving at Dells Raceway Park. And Dean Strom is here to deliver the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report. There's a bunch of NASCAR news. There's a driver announcement for 2028 already. That's coming up if you didn't hear that news, I'll tell you about it during the Interstate Batters of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR Report. We got some folks here to hang out with. We want you to be part of our crowd. We have some great giveaways after the show as well. We're going to step away, come back from a commercial break from some of our great sponsors that make this show possible. And we'll be right back with more from Polly's in a moment. Stick tuned.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Johnson & Sons Paving is an asphalt and concrete paving contractor serving southern Wisconsin and proudly sponsors our weekly Bill Holland in the Groove segment. Trust a team of experts offering a full range of asphalt and concrete construction services for customers from Dane County to Fond du Lac and from Sheboygan to Kenosha County. Johnson & Sons Paving is proud to meet or beat their clients' timeline while exceeding expectations. Homeowners and business owners alike depend on the racers at Johnson & Sons Paving to stay on budget and to get in and out quickly while keeping their property safe and accessible at all times. For all of your asphalt and concrete needs, get started by going online to johnsonsonspaving.com.
At Automatic Transmission Design, we know your vehicle is important to you. When your transmission needs servicing, take it to the best. ATD in Germantown, Wisconsin. ATD understands how important it is to get your vehicle fixed right the first time. When you take your vehicle to ATD, our ASE trained technicians will run diagnostic tests to pinpoint the exact problem and answer any questions you may have before repairs begin. ATD has been providing high-quality, honest repairs to customers for over 15 years. We service all makes and models using the best parts and equipment available. When you come to ATD, you will get an honest assessment of the problem, simple explanations, experienced technicians, competitive pricing, high-quality parts, and their 100% guarantee. Money is not the goal at ATD. It is the result of fixing the problem and returning the vehicle to you. That is their goal. The next time your vehicle needs quality transmission service, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the NAPA Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement, 414-761-3250 to schedule your free inspection appointment. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th in Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show, America's longest running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd. Now let's get back to our host, the PA voice of the Daytona 500. You've seen him on Flow Racing's coverage of the Snowball Derby and Slinger Nationals, and on Track TV's coverage of the ASA Stars National Tour. Once again, here is Jim Trado.
Thanks again for joining us here on this Tuesday evening. We're live at Paulie's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. Great crowd. Come on down and join us. We've got some great giveaways after the program. This Tuesday show is brought to you by many different sponsors and many folks we want to thank throughout the show. Every commercial you hear on this program is from folks that want to support our program. They support local racing. They support racers, and we can't do this show without them. So we want to thank them, and please support them and tell them you heard about it on the Racing Roundup Show. Tonight and every Tuesday through September, LD's Barbecue has bike nights on East Troy with a live band and great food at their award-winning restaurant in East Troy. Tonight's live band is Buster Daisy. Next Tuesday, it's Coltrane. They have the finest smoked brisket, chicken, and sausage with award-winning sauces and rubs in East Troy at LD's Barbecue. This segment of our show is brought to you by Rapina Realty. If you're looking to sell or buy a home or commercial property, choose Rapina Realty. List and buy with confidence. Hire the experts. Hire the knowledge they have to get your deal done, whether it be your dream home or your house or a spare retail property you've got. Like, hey, I want to get downsized, I want to upgrade. They can do all that for you. Not all realtors are the same. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. Go to rapinarealty.com to begin your realty progression today, because they know what they're doing. They can take care of you. Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show is the Racing Roundup Show. That's the name of this show, by the way. We do a show every Saturday from components from Tuesday programs. So we want to make more people aware of it on a TV audience. So this Saturday, 11:30 a.m., CW18, that's where you're going to see a half an hour show called the Racing Roundup Show. We enjoy bringing more of our racing show, more of our racing to more people on the station that carries all the NASCAR NASCAR races in the O'Reilly Series, the CW network. So by all means, set your DVR and watch Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show. We're the only ones out there doing it for local stuff on CW18. You can watch it online as it happens as well, live at CW18Milwaukee.com. Very special guest coming up here on the show. Looking forward to this segment. And here we go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. I'm Jim Trado, joined by Emily Billings. Emily's our Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup Spotlight Driver of the Week. Anderson's Maple Syrup is proudly made in Wisconsin by a great family company. They support local racing. They support World of Outlaws racer Bill Baylog. They support modified racer Jason Gross. You can find Anderson's fine products in your favorite grocery store or go online to andersonsmaplesyrup.com. It's wonderful. It's really good product, and they've got a lot to offer for you there with a great Wisconsin company. So our Spotlight Driver, deservedly so, has drawn national attention, and now she continues to tear it up by winning races as recently as this weekend at Golden Sand Speedway. Please help me welcome Emily Billings. Emily, welcome to the Racing Roundup Show.
Thank you for having me, but I also want to start off by congratulating you on getting inducted to the Wisconsin Short Track Southeastern Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Really exciting for you.
There's something in your family that you're pretty proud of too, isn't it, when it comes to the Hall of Fame?
So my great-grandpa, he was a flagman, and he flagged at like several different tracks across Wisconsin back in his time, and he was also inducted to that same Hall of Fame that you were back a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think 2020.
So I say next generation. How many generations is it then if you go to great-grandpa?
Yeah, so great-grandpa, grandpa, uncles, me. I'm a fourth-generation driver, so I grew up around the racetrack. Second home to me.
When it comes to racing, though, there's something special about what you get to do with your dad and your family, isn't there?
Yeah.
Bandolero racing is awfully hard, and you guys are getting really good at it. How long have you been racing bandoleros around, mainly Wisconsin?
So I started racing bandoleros when I was 8, and I've been racing them for like 6 years, somewhere around. I've been racing them forever. I need to get out. It's been too long.
But you're getting really good at it. Come on.
This year was rough. But this year we are moving up, or next year. We started moving up this year. But yeah, I've been racing a bandolero for 6 years, and I started in a kid kart when I was 5. So in total, I've been racing for like 8 years.
So kid kart was road racing on pavement, right?
Yeah, and then I also did like the short track, small track at Beaver Dam.
Yep, Beaver Dam on the dirt. And that's where I know your family history from your grandfather, Dean Billings. When it comes to this kind of racing, though, it's not easy, is it?
No.
The bandolero cars, no matter how many years you have experience-wise, there could be, again, the ages it varies, the experience varies, and usually it's one race with everybody in it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to encounter, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of competition in Wisconsin, and I honestly think Wisconsin is the state with like the most competition. We can average like over 30 cars a night for racing, and the competition, there's so much competition. Different winners almost every race, every week. It's very difficult, and the cars themselves are very hard to drive. There's no front suspension. Slinger, it's a bumpy track. That car, if turn 4, that wall, that's a rough wall to hit when you get tight. I know from experience.
And those race cars are smaller, but man, the excitement there is you've got to be on the gas. You don't have much time to lift, do you?
No. A lot of tracks like Dells, Plover, Slinger, all the banked ones are fully based off of momentum. You gain momentum going into the corner, coming out of it. You're pretty much wide open.
When it comes to this kind of racing, though, it's not just once in a while. Take us through what you guys did just this past weekend, racing bandoleros across Wisconsin.
Yeah, so the past 2 weekends have been 3-day race weekends.
2 weekends in a row.
Yeah, we did Madison, Dells, and Slinger, and then this past weekend we did Golden Sand, Jefferson, and then Slinger. And we just wrapped up a couple of seasons. We wrapped up our season at Golden Sand, Slinger. I think those are the only two tracks we finished.
Have you competed in every race in the traveling series of bandos this year?
No. I've done almost everything. There's been one track I haven't competed at, and that's been Toma. It's a 2.5-hour drive, not my favorite track. I don't really go up there all that much.
So as far as points go, is it by track right now that you're racing for points within the racing?
Yeah, so we just finished at Golden Sands. I got second in points there. I ran a full season there. We just finished at Slinger. I got second in points at Slinger as well, both second to two different competitors.
Okay.
So Wesley Baumeister won the championship at Golden Sands. He fought hard for that. Congrats to him. Oliver Weinkoff recently won the championship at Slinger Super Speedway. He's a great competitor. Hats off to him. Congrats to him. But yeah, I've been second at both those tracks so far.
And when it comes to this kind of racing, I mentioned how tight it is, but you guys are racing against a lot of the same competitors that have the same goals you do, winning a lot of races 3-4 nights a week, for goodness sake.
Yeah, Harley, he's been on the show before. He's leading at Jefferson by a long shot. Wesley and Oliver, like I mentioned, they've already won. But there's also like younger drivers that are up and coming that, we spend all our time with. They're all really good racers.
Emily, I want to transition briefly here to what I led off by saying national attention. Last year, 2025, there's an opportunity for the Hoosier Racing Tire Company. They put out an effort to say, we want to highlight racers from all disciplines that race on Hoosier tires. A lot of teams do, a lot of competitors. Matter of fact, the sidecar guys from the Isle of Man, they were one of the finalists for the Hoosier Hero Program. You were also one of the Hoosier Hero Program finalists. So all 12 of you got to go to Indianapolis for the PRI show, got to put on the purple jacket, the whole shebang. I get to sit and talk to these guys at the Hoosier booth at the PRI show. I have a blast. What was that like then, and what's it been like since you were a Hoosier Hero for 2026?
It was really exciting when I first found out that I was even in the top 25 because to like get that close to something I worked for, that was really cool itself. And then finding out I made that top 12 and I got to go to Indianapolis for the PRI show, that was even cooler. It was like, unbelievable. I like could not believe I did it since it's also like national. But yeah, Indianapolis itself was really fun. The whole media day thing they did, that was super fun. Interviewings like left and right every single day, especially the one at the main Hoosier booth that I did with you down there. That was really fun. And then like since then they've like posted like videos about me and they've highlighted like stuff about my season. It's all been just like surreal and so fun, and like I just like can't believe I got it.
And a lot of folks have paid attention because I will tell you on the inside when they opened the door and said, hey, here's our 12, Jim, can't say anything to anybody, Emily Billings got the most votes of anybody who applied for the program. That's incredible. You got great support system.
Yeah, that is shocking to me because, you know, we went in, we're like, I don't know if we're going to get this. Some people on this, like, top 25, they have, like, 30,000 followers on Facebook, and
Yeah.
I don't even think I had 1,000 at the time, and I'm like, this is going to be close. But, you know, like, hearing that and finding out, like, you know, friends of friends and, like, this tight, smaller, like, community I have, like, it's all, like, hey, you know this person knows that person, so it's, like, we all help each other, and I think that's one of the best things is, like, we all like just help each other, and they all came together and helped me get out of it, like get that top 12, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of attention being paid, and it deservedly so. You guys do a great job with what you have going on. Dirt Legends are the next step. How have you enjoyed that thus far?
Yeah, so I want to start off by saying thank you to Eric Bloomer for the opportunity he's given me in the Dirt Legend. I had my first Dirt Legend debut at Gravity Park a couple months ago. That went really well. It was really fun, and then we went off to Wilmot and Angel Park, and those races were also pretty well. I hit the wall at Wilmot, battling for last. I hit the wall, but you know, it's fine. You got to hit the wall at some point. There's a first for everything.
Yep.
So we got that marked off. You know, Angel Park, that was a really fun race. That was historic, you know, because I was the 4th generation driver at that track from my great-grandpa to my dad, and I raced there, so that was really cool moment for me too to be able to race there. But yeah, the Dirt Legends has been going well. I don't know, I think our next race will be in 2 weeks at 141. I think we're gonna do that on the schedule. And then from the Dirt Legend, we've also transitioned to an Asphalt Legend that I recently just started racing too. So yeah, but it all started with Eric Bloomer and him letting me drive his Dirt Legend.
Now you know why there's so many people that want to follow Emily, not just to cheer her on, but follow what she does on socials. Lots of things coming in the future. For now, where can we find you as you wind up some championships in the Bandoleros before you have the next step in mind?
So I don't think there's going to be any championship this year, unfortunately.
Okay.
That was our like goal for the season,
Yeah.
but
But you're racing a lot yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This season was rough. You know, we started off 2 weeks at Jefferson, you know, 2 fast times, good, like 2 top 3s, and then we blew our motor. And I was like, that's fine. So we ran a borrowed motor from a friend, Jeff Thompson. And then we ran that till we got our new one, and it was okay. It's not the best thing. It was a couple years old. It probably has like more than 80 races on it. And then we get our new motor, and we're like, all right, this is great. Hopefully, like, we can continue like having a better season at these tracks. Well, second race, we get spun out, break a rocker arm in that brand new motor, and that new motor is now not usable. So
Oh boy.
after 2 races, we're back on that old motor with 80-some races on it. And so we've been down on power this whole year, and I think, honestly, considering the circumstances I put up this year with the type of car I've had, I think I've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, I'd say too. Emily, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at Emily Billings on all social media platforms, from Facebook to TikTok to Instagram. Go follow me, Emily Billings Racing.
Emily Billings joining us on the Racing RoundUp show. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And that'll be it for the TV portion. Thank you. Now we got to get into brass tacks. This whole table in front of us is part of your team here.
Yeah.
Who's all on Team Emily Billings Racing this year that are here tonight?
I got my cousin, my 2 uncles, Uncle Greg, Uncle Mike, Aunt Tracy, my little brother, my mom, my Papa Art, my Grandma Holly, my Aunt Stacy, and my dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
I know.
And this is like 1/8 of the people that roll with you at the racetrack, isn't it?
Actually, there's more people here. Usually just me and my dad are in
Okay.
the trailer at the
All right.
races. Usually my mom's at the races. Usually my Uncle Mike or Aunt Stacy, Aunt Tracy, Uncle Greg, they'll usually make it out. If not, they're always watching on Flow, always supporting me when they can.
And that's another component that really, I think, has helped me keep track of what you're doing. Because I don't get a chance to see you race much, unfortunately. But I get to watch the highlights. I get to watch your socials. I get to see what's going on. And I'm not here to say you should have 25 trophies to join us here with. But really, in reality, you're growing still. It's a matter of finding things out and still living life outside of racing, which some people don't realize that you actually do things outside of racing.
Yeah, no, I do a lot outside of racing. I came from volleyball conditioning right after this. I have volleyball this whole week. I'm in basketball. I'm in softball. I'm in band. So I do a lot outside of racing because I think also what you do outside of racing will also make you a better driver, like on the track and off the track. And I think that's something that I'm always going to believe. Always trying to do something to make myself better.
There's another big landmark coming up here called high school.
Oh, yeah.
When does that start?
September 1st. September 1st is my first day of high school.
Wow.
So, things are getting real.
Any friends from grade school come to the track and watch you? Are you
Yes.
expecting?
So last year, actually, when I was still doing my tournament softball team, after one of their tournaments, they all came to watch me, straight from softball. So that support was really great. A couple of my friends from school, they're really interested in what I do. They like supporting me. They'll come out and watch. One of my friends just came to Dell's recently and watched me. So the support I get from my friends is really great, too.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I know that Brian Hankins with Spankins Motorsports is one of your backers. He was at the PRI show. He wanted to spend time with you. He sponsors Rica Abreu. He sponsors a bunch of other teams. And to get that notoriety, and that takes work. That takes an approach. I'm sure you're the one that said, Mr. Hankins, I need a few minutes of your time.
Yeah.
I want you to get involved with this. But that's important, isn't it? How important is it for young racers that come up to you at the racetrack or down the street? You've raced for 3 years of the 5 you've done bandos. How important is it to kind of instill in them that this is something you have to embrace? You have to go out and seek out people that want to be part of the deal.
Yeah, because, sometimes it's all about who you know, but, sometimes, the second generation, they don't know as many people. So it's, you got to, be talkative, be nice, go out and talk to people. That's the only way you're going to build your following. That's the only way you're going to get more fans. And, it takes practice. I remember my very first time here, I said yes and no 5 times.
You said a few more words than that. It's been a little progression since then. Yeah.
But I've grown since then, and that's really all it's about. Trying to be better and reach out to people. That's the main part.
So who are some of those folks that said yes, I want to sponsor Emily Billings?
I've grown a lot. Spankins Motorsports, Madison Extinguisher Service, Alco's Truck Rental, Carry Tire and Auto, Vinegar Concrete Construction, Stark's Garage, Little Family Daycare, my Aunt Tracy and Uncle Greg, Mr. V's Motorsports, the Engine Shop, all my family and friends. I want to thank Eric Bloomer again, Metalcraft, for all helping me get on board with that Dirt Legend. I want to thank Jackson Lewis, Andy Stein, Jeff Thompson for helping me all with that Asphalt Legend that I'm still learning and growing with. But I definitely have a lot of people in my corner to support me.
And I want to say something about your dad, because he's the one that making this happen with you, right? Mm-hmm. So I've seen you lend parts. I've seen you guys chase parts. This is relationship building. You can't be mad at somebody one day and expect to borrow an axle the next day. This is all about learning that stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely, with the band, it's really funny because bandos, the bandoleros, it's all kids racing. All the kids get along. All the fights come from the parents. All the fights come from the parents. And I don't want to throw my dad under the bus, but we've definitely gotten a couple between things.
He's passionate.
Yeah.
He's passionate. We'll say it that way.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we realize we're all 7 to 14-year-olds racing, and it's really not going to matter in that one race in 3 years. And we all make up and we all share parts, and it's more about the memories you make, and it's beyond that one race.
Yeah. So that's kind of another chapter. You're kind of saying I might not do this as much. It's kind of a big time of year for you to change things into looking ahead.
Yeah. Next season, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do a full schedule, because, again, I'm starting high school. High school sports get busy. I'm probably going to I'm joining my travel softball team again. And so, somewhere between, racing and my life outside of racing, I want to be able to partake in both and, build the memories that I'm only going to have in high school and take part in those, because really at the end of the day, I can still race when I'm 50-some years old like my grandpa is.
You're right. You're right.
And then also next year, my brother's going to be starting in a go-kart, so I want to give him his time to get up and coming and racing too and get the bando going, so.
Now you know why she has so many fans. How about a big hand, everybody, for Emily Billings? You did a great job tonight. Thank you for all your help and supporting your sponsors and being part of our show. And she is a Hoosier Hero for 2026, and she's going to get a few more of those trophies. Doesn't matter the car. She has to drive, no question.
Yeah.
Emily's joining us here on the program. Next up, we're talking to a gentleman who's finishing up 60 years of racing. 2 more race nights ahead for the Conrad Morgan. We're spending some time with Conrad and Dean Strom next on the show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
For your next Purger project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with 1 truck, 1 employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Life is full of questions. Is the presentation ready for work tomorrow? Why is there so much traffic at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday? Are your in-laws visiting this weekend or next? You've got plenty of things to worry about. Whether your car will start shouldn't be one of them. With an outrageously dependable battery under your hood, you can cross one of those questions off your list, which gives you time to answer more things like,
are we there yet?
Interstate Batteries, delivering the most trustworthy source of power to the world since 1952.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack-leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much. American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Precise Auto and Truck Accessories is your one-stop shop when it comes to adding style and functionality to your vehicles. Owner and late model racer Mike Grunberg has 15 years of experience installing window tinting, cat skin leather, seat heaters and seat coolers. There's a million accessories available. Ladder racks, trailer hitches, detailing, remote starters, and more. Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells is a WeatherTech Diamond dealer. Bring your vehicle to the trusted guy, Mike Grunberg at Precise Auto and Truck Accessories.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to the program. We're hanging out with you at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. There's bands here 3 nights a week, twice on Sundays. Polly's is a great place to hang out with you. They have great food and offers shuttle service to Brewers games and all the big events around town. Visit Polly's Pub to find out more, or follow in the socials at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Come on in. They're open 7 days a week. They have great food, a lot of great places to meet around the area, but this is one of the best. This portion of our show is brought to you by BMR Electric Carts in Random Lake. They have e-bikes and scooters in your choice of colors. An average of 20 Icon electric golf and gas-powered golf carts are in stock, including 6 passenger carts. Brad Miller is Wisconsin's only Icon gas and electric cart dealer. Check out their Facebook page, BMR Electric Carts Company. We're joined by 2 special gentlemen. We'll talk to one after we hear from the first. Our friend Dean Strom joins us once again. Dean, thanks for coming back on the show.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being the voice of the Flow Racing Highlight of the Week at Slinger Speedway on Sunday.
We didn't plan that, but
it worked out pretty good.
It worked out pretty good. It was fun.
So now you know why we have him do the short track report. Yeah.
It's time for the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report. See the racers at Team Bonafide for custom-made security doors, program card access cameras, and alarm systems for your home or business, plus on-call locksmiths and more. It's a lock. Call Bonafide at 262-790-9400 or go online to bonafidesafe.com. They protect what you value. Winners this past Saturday in the NASCAR local racing action at Dells Raceway Park, where Mike Litchfield in the late models, Brad Worthen in the modifieds, Dave Trute over Bobby Trzynski in the sportsmen's, Michael Hennessy in the bandits, Jason Van Heis in hobby stocks, and Camden Gromez in American Super Cups. It was the first night of the track's newly adopted Delaware restart rule, which has the leader go single file ahead of everybody else who goes double file on the restarts. Our DRP coverage sponsored by Diamond Wheels, who supports the weekly division fast dashes in several divisions at DRP. Diamond Racing Wheels is your destination for stock car, road racing, autocross, dirt track, and off-road beadlock wheels, custom chrome finish wheels, and more. Visit diamondracingwheels.com. This coming Saturday night is the annual Marlin Shoes Walbeck Classic, featuring CWRA Super Late Models, NASCAR Late Models, 602 Outlaws, Bandits, Legends, and Bandoleros. Tickets now available also for the Saturday night, September 5th, Jim Sauter Classic for the ASA Midwest Tour. Midwest Truck Series also on the card. Jim and I will be there, and you can be there as well. Go to DellsRacewayPark.com and purchase your tickets. Last Friday night, championship night at Madison International Speedway for 3 divisions. Brent Edmonds won his first late model championship. Nick Schneider was crowned champ in the Misfits, and Dylan Klinger won the feature to cap off his 3rd straight six shooters championship. This coming Friday night at Madison, 6th annual Cheese Curd Cup on the Ring of Fire quarter mile, featuring Midwest Dash, Crown Vics, Bandits, Legends, and double features for the High School Racing Association. And, you ready for this, Jim?
Yep.
$2 Busch Lattes.
Oh, boy.
Right there.
Oh,
Details at misracing.com. Coming up this week, it's Kenosha County Fair Week. 2 nights of racing and activities every night during the fair on Wilmot Raceway. CK Contractors LLC supports our Wilmot racing coverage for lot clearing of brush and debris, lock rating, Lake Michigan shoreline restoration, pond building, and more. Hire the professionals, Chris Klemko, and the racers you trust at ckcontractorsllc.com. Tomorrow night, opening night at the Kenosha County Fair, Street Stock feature will pay $1,350 beans, plus A-Mods, Bandits, and Winged Crate Sprints. Thursday night at Wilmot Raceway, they're going to host Badger truck and tractor pulls for the first of 2 nights. Friday night concludes the pulling with the traditional farm combine demo derby. Saturday night, August 22nd, Field of Thunder or the IRA Outlaws, wingless sprints and lightning sprints. Big night at the fair. And then Sunday, August 23rd, closes out the Kenosha County Fair with the International Demo Derby on the Speedway. Tickets and all the racing info that you need during the fair at WilmotRaceway.com. Harley Johnson of Johnson & Sons Paving provided the Flow Racing highlight of the week in the Bandolero feature Sunday night at the Slinger Super Speedway. Working lap traffic on the final circuit, leader Oliver Weinkoff went high going into turn 3 while Johnson dove low. Johnson carried the momentum to the stripe and stole the win from Oliver. Weinkoff finished second, though in the process secured a 2nd consecutive Slinger Speedway Track Championship. Congrats are also in order for Harley's next oldest brother, Lincoln Johnson, who won the Legends feature from his 8th starting position over Lincoln Kane. Lincoln Kane also claimed his 2nd consecutive Slinger Track title. Dennis Prunty won the late model feature, and Chris Radicek's number 21. Ryan Gutnick, who we had on the show last week, the Oak Creek Automotive driver, when we were down at the Cellar Bar and Grill, he came home 6th. Midwest Truck Series and Slinger Flagman, Eddie Dabrowski, won the Crown Vic feature. Al Strobel won the Slinger Bees headliner. This Saturday, Slam Fest 2 at the Slinger Speedway with Alan Quickie, a.k.a. Memorial 77, for the Super Lates, paying $7,000 to win. That comes your way next Sunday, August the 30th. Don't go to the Speedway this Sunday unless you want to take a nap. It's going to be quiet. Okay.
Or you can do aluminum can collection and make a bunch of money.
Or you can do that. Tickets and details, SlingerSuperspeedway.com. Yeah, Slamfest on Saturday night. Then they take a Sunday off. And then for the 2 Sundays after that, Super Late Model Racing. Brandon McMullen won the 360 Sprints feature Saturday night, Plymouth Dirt Track. Colin Sivia, who was a guest on the show when I sat in for you, captured his 2nd feature win of the season in the wingless sprints, Wisconsin wingless sprints. What a way to kick off his 15th birthday week. This Saturday night, late model championship night at Plymouth Dirt Track, along with 360 Sprints, B-Mods, and Grand Nationals, make plans to attend the rescheduled Complete Heat Treating 30 for the BAM Dirt Kings Tour, which will be held at Plymouth next Friday night, August 28th. They're actually racing at Plymouth on Thursday night, too, 2 nights from tonight. late models, 360s, and a whole bunch of classes. So that's Thursday night. So they got Thursday and Saturday at Plymouth. Grand Nationals, we're racing for a $5,000 purse Friday night at Gravity Park, where Jake Richards took the lead, coming to the white flag from Jeff Muehlbauer to win the Terry Van Roy Memorial Grand National feature. 7 other winners included Jeff Danley in Crown Vics, Eric Crane of Appleton and Sport Mods, and Adam Abbey in the A Mods. Our Gravity Park coverage this season sponsored by Race Car Components for Gearheads in Beaver Dam. You'll find their parts truck in the pits every Friday night at Gravity Park. To find out their in-stock parts, including MD3 body panels, G60 Hoosier tires, and championship-winning Copperhead Gears, search Copperhead Gears on Facebook. This Friday night at Gravity Park, we get underway at 7 o'clock. Mechanics races, powder puff races, and a whole lot more. Taylor Newman won the Midwest Legends Dirt Series feature Sunday night at Angel Park Speedway in Sun Prairie. Will Garsaw of Michigan won the IMCA modified feature. Of late, in the Badger Midgets, it's been Cody Weisensell and Brandon Welty. They have been trading feature wins there at Badger Midgets. Sunday night, it was Weisensell's turn to take first over leader Brandon Welty in the A main. Mighty Midgets race Saturday at Sycamore Speedway in Illinois. Then Sunday night back at Angel Park along with the IRA Outlaw Sprints. And then Sunday, it's Corn Fest. The Corn Fest Festival
Big to do
during the day, and then you can go racing at night. Winner of the 10 grand in the nonstop 50-lap Captain of the Creek IMCA Sport Mod feature at 141 was Brayton Carter of Oskaloosa, Iowa. Cody Swanson, the winner of the 30-lap 500 Sprint Car Tour A main at Salem Speedway in Indiana. And, of course, still on the way, we're going to have Bill Holland's exclusive coverage of the Larry Deachins Memorial Alive for 5 race at Dells Raceway Park. And, Jim, I just want to give a shout-out. You know, we pay a lot of attention in this report to feature winners and season champions. Very worthy. That's a big accomplishment. But some weekly racers, their first hope is just to find victory lane for the first time, whether that be a dash, a heat win, or even a semi-feature win. Well, this past weekend, we had 2 area first-time winners that have a connection to the show. Recent show guest Matt Wandry scored his first career checkered flag. It was in heat race action at Slinger as part of the Slinger Bees. I think that's been a win that's 4 years in the making. And Matt's just been working at it so hard. So it's pretty cool. He was really pumped to get a heat race win. And Garrett Scott, a second-year late model racer at Dells Raceway Park and a rookie in the Big 8 late models, scored his first heat race win. It came at DRP. He is, like I said, in his second year. And Garrett is a Team Bonafide member. So we just might hear from him next week, Monday night.
Yeah, our special show is Monday night at 4th and Long, just down the road here, 89th and National. It's on Monday night. Our show is on Monday night next week, starting at 6 o'clock, with all the Team Bonafide Security Solutions drivers joining us in the parking lot, out in the patio. Come on down and join us. The information's on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. It's 60 years and counting. For our next guest on the program, let's welcome in the one, the only, Conrad Morgan. Conrad, thanks for joining us on the show.
Well, thanks for having me.
60 years of racing, my goodness. It doesn't seem that long, does it?
It seems like, I don't know, 75.
I was going to say,
80,
some days it probably
like
seems a long time, doesn't it?
The great thing is we've gotten to see Conrad race across Wisconsin. We've seen him race in North Carolina and win. We've seen him race the championships 13 times over, 6 of them at Slinger Super Speedway. When it comes to this racing, super late model racing takes a lot of effort, and you're still doing it. You still got some more races left this year. What has this year been like now that you finally have said and committed to saying this will be the last year for us driving?
Well, to tell you the truth, it's a little bit sad after doing it for this long, and every day you're thinking about something or trying to figure something else out, how you're going to make the car better. What was the car not doing right last week that you want to try to make it better this week? And not always does it go in that direction. Sometimes you think you've got it figured out, and you go up there and you're worse than you were the week before, and the next time you go back up, and surprisingly you're better. I think it's got a lot more complicated since the bump stop thing. I was pretty good until bump stops came along, and I won a few races with that, but I have not been the best on bump stops.
60 years of racing, so how old does that make you now?
61.
61. All right, excellent.
I was listening to Emily talking here before about 6 years of racing.
Yeah.
And she said that seemed like a long time, and I was thinking, oh my goodness.
So there is a postcard or an autograph card
Yes.
that was made for you. I think Dave
Olson. Yep.
Dave Olson did this. It's got pictures on it, and these are going to be available at the Slinger Super Speedway, right, on your last 2 nights.
Yes, they are.
And I'm going to make sure I grab one too. And I'm not a big autograph card guy, but I got to have one of these because there is some cool pictures on this card remembering your 60 years of racing.
This picture up in the right-hand corner of that kid standing there holding that 8-inch high trophy was me in 1966.
Wow.
That was the first race I won, first trophy I got, and now there's probably, I don't know, I'd have to ask Lisa, but there's probably 160 of them around the house.
It's hard to put 60 years of memories on one autograph card, isn't it?
Oh, it's you can't believe what it all ends up being. You start thinking about, you started out running hobby stocks and got into running a little bit of dirt, very little bit of dirt. And we had to run dirt, we had to run Cedarburg or
Hales Corners
Hales
in order
Corners.
to run Slinger.
Yeah, that was one of Wayne's stipulations to try and get more cars there, which it was a good idea, but it didn't really pan out the best. I was lucky enough that I won a heat race at Cedarburg, and Hales Corners I made, I think, 2.5 laps, and I ended up what they call jumping the cushion. And I ended up on the concrete, so I didn't have very good luck at Hales Corners.
All right, so I've got some stats to throw at you. Thanks to Dave Olson's card, I'm not cheating. It's on the back. You ready for this? I'm not that smart. Tied for second most all-time wins at Slinger Speedway. 6-time Slinger Super Speedway Super Late Model Track Champion. 1999 Slinger Nationals Champion. 3-time Lake Geneva Track Champion. 3-time Madison International Speedway Track Champion. Jefferson Speedway Track Champion. 1990 Concord Speedway Big Ten Series. They ran on Saturdays. Yep, he came back for every Sunday to run at Slinger on Sunday nights as well. Second in points overall. That was back in 1990. 2013 Southeastern Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame inductee. 2015 Slinger Speedway Hall of Fame inductee. 2016 Madison Hall of Fame inductee. And it's been a labor of love. Your crew guys and your wife have done a lot, haven't they? Putting up with your stuff and working with your stuff.
Where did you find that card?
It's actually on the picture on the front.
I thought it was somebody else's.
The stuff on the back. No, it's all you, man. It's all you, Conrad. That's a lot to celebrate.
I appreciate it. It's been a great deal. When you're working full time on an asphalt crew, I didn't actually work on an asphalt crew in the last 40 years, but when you go racing Sunday nights at Slinger and get home back then, and you get home at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. They didn't start as early as they do now, which I think starting much earlier now is a great thing.
All right, so I'm going to give everybody a snapshot. In 1982, thanks to Gary Smells, where he gave me your whole history. In 1982 alone, you had raced at Slinger Speedway, Rockford Speedway, Wisconsin International Raceway in Kaukauna, the Slinger Nationals, and the Artco Challenge Series, which is a traveling series which you could pick and choose, which were sometimes conflicting Saturdays and Sundays. But that year alone, you were laying asphalt 60, 70 hours a week too, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, man. There's a lot that goes into that.
The worst part of I shouldn't say the worst part of it, but the period that was the hardest to keep up with is when we were running Concord, North Carolina on Saturday nights and run at Slinger on Sunday nights. It would be a matter of leaving Friday night, driving all night to get down there to qualify Saturday afternoon, race 200 laps. The race that we won down there, I think it was about 140 degrees out.
It was on July 7th, 1990.
Okay.
Hot. North Carolina's hot in July, if you didn't know.
It was very hot.
And how long of a drive was that from Concord to Slinger?
I think it was 17 hours.
Ooh.
We had a Ford Cube van that we pulled the trailer with. Didn't have any air conditioning. So when the races were over, I'd climb in the back. We had the back end of it kind of fixed up so you could catch some sleep and with your hand out the window get a breeze. And we'd drive from North Carolina to Slinger and get up there about 1:30 in the afternoon. Unload the car, and we had to change everything from the carburetor. Down there it was a 4-barrel, up here it was a 2-barrel. Down there it was 58% left side weight. Up here it was 60%. So we had to change weight in the car. Of course, we had to change the tires and wheels, get the car basically ready to race again. And the bad part of the whole deal was I won the championship at Slinger that year, and I missed winning at Concord by 7 points because in the last race I had the second place car down a lap, and I thought I was getting a flat tire, and I took the chance that it was going flat and pitted. And when I pitted, the car that I had was a lap down, got ahead of me, and there was only like 8 or 9 laps left in the race, and he ended up winning the race, and I was second, so I ended up second in points. But
the stories continue. Conrad Morgan has 2 races left in his racing career. They both happen at Slinger Super Speedway. Sunday night, August 30th, the Alan Quickie Memorial AK-77. And on Sunday night of Labor Day weekend at Slinger Super Speedway, come celebrate with Conrad in the pits. They have some shirts available there, limited quantities. They're also going to have a chance to, hang out with Conrad 1 more time, 2 more times at the racetrack. We can't thank you enough, Conrad, for spending some time with us here on the Racing Roundup Show. Thanks for being here.
I thank you. Thank you very much.
And that will be used for TV. We're not letting
don't
that
go
easy,
anywhere.
Conrad.
Don't go anywhere.
No, I got to write that down.
Oh.
We
So
got
we
some time. No. We got things to do. Lisa wrote a bunch of stuff down.
Hey,
we got to get through that list.
Conrad, in the short track report, I mentioned a couple guys that won their first race. It was a heat race for both of them, but it was memorable for them. Do you remember your first time winning a race, going to victory lane, carrying the checkered flag?
No.
It was maybe 60 years ago.
What I do remember is going to Slinger, and it was still dirt, and I had I think it might have been a 52 Dodge or a 54 Dodge or something like that, and we towed it up there on a chain all the way from Dousman, and it made about 4 laps, and the right front tire wheel broke off, and the thing landed on its roof. And I got a rollover trophy for it, and of all the trophies we've got, and Lisa can attest to this, there must be 150, 175 of them. I don't count them, I don't look at them, but that one had a car on it. It was only about a foot tall, and it had the car upside down on it.
You still have that trophy?
I can't find it.
Oh,
anymore. That is the one that I would have kept, all the things.
When it comes to this kind of racing, though, as I mentioned, the focus, the effort's there. I see some familiar faces in the crowd here. Your wife, Lisa, Dave Billings. They represent people that have been with you, been behind you, in your corner, live or death. They make every moment they can of their time to help you and your race team. That's got to feel so satisfying knowing that you've been racing with some really good people for a long time.
Yes, I have. It's been, in the last 20 years, it's changed to different people.
Scotty Lynch is here. Mike Voigt's always been a part of your deal. Yeah.
Scott's been 40 years, I think, off and on. I raced with his brother, Jim, and one thing just led to another, and pretty soon Scott was helping us, and Jim kind of backed out of the racing. But there's been an awful lot of people that have been involved with it. As my wife, Lisa, has been a big part of it. I sometimes wonder why she puts up with it, but she does. I give her a pat on the back for that. My 3 sons, Donovan, Dustin, and Ryan, aren't very much involved with it anymore because they've all got their own lives going and got their own kids and do their own thing. But when we first started racing, they were a big part of it. And Scott and Laurie Lynch. Scott's been, like I said before, he's been off and on for, it's got to be 40 years. Maybe even more than that.
And Scott turned the table on making you a crew chief for the Lynch Racing Midwest Truck Series track that Grant Griesbach now drives. So that's kind of cool.
We're kind of going back and forth on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I help them out as much as I can.
Okay. That's great.
And Dave Bailing, Mark Vogt, Tyler Pudlimer, Neil Larson, Roger Lindsay, who started helping me in 1967, and he's not the best health today, so he doesn't come to the racetrack too much anymore, but he's a very smart person, and if I got a problem that I can't figure out, I can call him and ask him, and he's always willing to help.
That's great.
And Harold Butchke, who was my foreman at Wolf Paving in 1967, has helped on the race car since then. And
wow.
It's been, going on 60 years.
Yeah.
Paul Bowers, who was a sponsor when they owned Wales Lawn and Garden. Jim Morris is a big part of it. Todd Tank Williams, Larry Zilke, Brad Melster, Dave Green, Mike Vogt, Darren Wilms, Perry Zien, Rob Braun, the one that had second in time the other night.
Yeah.
And then really blew it in the feature.
That one?
And, yeah, he finished like second to last. That's the same one.
Okay.
Rob's my buddy. John Weinkoff, Matt Day, Jim Lynch, and Ron Bennett, who's sitting down here on the end of it right now. So that's pretty much the guys that have helped over 60 years.
Racing 4 or 5 nights a week. Has it always been the same car? Did you ever have the luxury of having 2 different race cars to race 4 different tracks in a week?
We had 2 cars for quite a stretch of cars, quite a stretch of period. I had kind of a sponsorship from Howe, and they were willing to set up 2 cars because they knew, you know, how hard it is to try and keep one car going and racing 2 or 3 different racetracks. But they were very helpful, and I appreciated all that.
And I'm so thankful you got to win a Slinger Nationals. As long as it takes, as hard as that is to win, when you did it, it was not one race. It was a series of races. At times it was up to 4 races, 2 different racetracks. There's a lot that grew out of that. But what was that like when the big stars came in and said, how do I get around this place, Conrad? You've won the last 7 features in a row. How do I do this? What was that like for you to experience being that guy to beat, and then also being that guy that they're going to lean on and say, can you help this guy out? Can you figure out the racetrack? Whether it be Rob Braun's kids or Grant Griesbach or even like a Neil Bonnet kind of guy that would come in once a year.
Well, it's kind of strange that you even bring that up. The biggest thing, I shouldn't say the biggest thing, but one of the most memorable things that happened at Slinger Speedway was when Dale Earnhardt Sr. raced there, and he came over and talked to me about, how much stagger you running and what are you doing here and what are you doing with that, and I'm like, I don't want to tell you too much. But
Yeah. Mark Martin said that Dale Earnhardt gave him $100 and said, help me set up my car for the Slinger Nationals. Do you believe that?
I believe it. I believe it.
I could probably say a name of a driver, whether they're known as a NASCAR Hall of Famer or known as a guy who won a semi-feature finally. You've raced against literally a lot of drivers over the years, a lot of good drivers over the years. Were there any drivers that were kind to you or you got to be in tandem with that said, we're doing it this way, Conrad, what are you doing? And you guys had great success together.
The guy that helped me the most years back, before we knew anything, I don't know if we know anything anymore, but back when we were still trying to get our race cars to turn left, would have been Dick Trickle. Johnny Ziegler was helpful, but Johnny seemed like he was always really busy when you went to talk to him, but Trickle would stop what he's doing, take time to talk to you, explain things to you. He came to my shop one time.
No way.
Like on a Saturday afternoon. I forget, he was down in that area doing something and called me up and said, yeah, I'm going to stop over. And he came over and we sat and talked for hours on end.
Wow.
And he told me a lot of things that made a race car really fast. And that same year, I ran really good at Rockford in the 200 lap at the end of the year, and I contributed right to Dick. He pretty well put the car on that racetrack.
Wow.
For as long as I can remember, and maybe for 60 years, it's been 92. What's the story? Why number 92?
You may not believe this. The first car I had was number 69. And I was just got out of high school, and I thought, this is going to be cool, and stupid. So that's the one that I rolled over at Slinger, and that was the end of that car.
Hey, the number was the same, right side up and upside down. If you would tip it over, it's still 69.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
All these years, I never thought of it. So I decided I was going to change the number, and I didn't know what number I was going to put on it. And I went home for lunch. This was when I still lived at home before I was married. And I worked in a garage that was right across the street from where we lived. And I went home at lunch and I sat down on a chair. And of course, the night before, I probably didn't get home real early. And the night before that, I probably didn't. The night before that, I probably didn't. So I was kind of tired. And I sat down in a chair and I woke up and I was listening to WOKY. If any can remember WOKY.
That was the big AM station.
92.
Yep.
And I thought, that's the number, and that's how it came about.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is.
And you've had other teammates run that number. You've had young drivers like R.J. Braun run his number as a tribute to you as well. It's kind of cool that will always be tied to you. When it comes to what you have to celebrate, there's a lot of sponsors that have been part of your deal too. A lot of people that have been behind you. I'm sure one of those days when you're saying, hey, I'm going to pick another year, 1991, you ran at Slinger, Jefferson, Artco Challenge Series in Rockford, Red, White, and Blue Series at Kaukauna, Slinger Nationals, and also raced that February at the Copper Bowl Classic in Phoenix. There's a lot of travel, a lot of racing. There's people that you probably had to call and say, can you slide me a couple more bones because I got to get this engine freshened for the next one. What were those folks like, and who are they?
Well, you can go clear back to the days of Jefferson Transport, who was Glenn and Shirley Dempsey, and they both have passed away since then. They were really good people. They really loved racing. They were in Phoenix at the Copper Classic when we raced out there. The coolest thing about the Copper Classic is I got to pit right next to A.J. Foyt.
Wow.
And that was when A.J. Foyt still liked to climb around on a race car. And it was very interesting.
That's cool.
We've had sponsors back then that are still kind of hanging around to the point that, you still respect everything that they thought about and everything that they were involved with us to keep us going.
Yep.
And the one that sticks on my mind the most is Jefferson Transport. That was when we were going from running hobby stocks or limited lates or whatever you want to call it into the super late business, and we were struggling to try and come up with the money to go up to Wagner's and buy a brand new Wagner engine. Back then it was probably $14,000, but that was 45 years ago. And Jefferson Transport came along, and they was basically like, well, what do you need? I said, Wagner motor would be nice. And the next night we drove up to Wagner's and they bought a brand new motor and we drove home with it. So there's been people like that has really kept me going. And today we've got, this last year we had this year.
Yep.
CertaPro painters with Matt Hefter has been with us for 6 years, I believe. He's been great. Pro Seal Asphalt Paving, Mike Prowitz. I can't even tell you how many years he's been with us. I think it's probably 15 or 17 years. He's a great guy. He's always enthused about what goes on. Bennett Equipment Repair, Ron Bennett sitting right down here on the end of this table. He used to race, and I guess I beat him so many times he finally gave up and decided to sponsor us. I really don't know how that all came about. No, Ron's a great guy. Anglers Pub and Grill up in
Fremont.
Yes, Fremont, yeah. Yep.
Jeremy Griesbach, he's been a great help to me as I was, to his son.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a good deal. Williams Financial, Sean Williams, who just kind of jumped on board here a couple of years ago when we started working with Sean on investments. And then there's always AJ Small Engine Repair, Scott and Laurie Lynch. They've been around for, I think, 50 years. I'm not sure.
Wow.
No, not that long, but I do really appreciate everything that all these people have done for us over the years. And
you guys got free beer every now and then too, didn't you? Pabst Genuine Draft, remember, was a sponsor one year?
Yes. Yeah, that was about the time that Trickle was kind of involved with it. And Bob Malkovich, who was I don't know, he was up the ladder in the Pabst Brewing Company, and he just loved the racing, and he was a great guy. I tell you a little story. I don't know how much time I've got, but
we got time for you, Conrad.
We were at State Fair, and this was a long time ago, and Bob Malkovich, 3 or 4 of us were standing in a circle talking, and Governor Tommy Thompson. Bob Malkovich knew him fairly well, and he walked up, and they're shaking hands, and they're standing there talking, and Bob introduced me to the governor, and I'm standing there. I probably had 1 or 2 more than I should have.
Pabst in your draft, yes.
Yeah, Pabst.
Yep.
And a plastic cup, and they're, after you've had a couple of drinks, they're kind of hard to hold on to. And I dropped it, and it landed right on Thompson's foot. And I tell you, I thought that was the end of me, my racing, and everything. The looks I got out of that. But
wow.
That was one of my memorable goof-ups.
Good job, Conrad. Great.
Yeah,
great job.
We've got 2 more times to see Conrad Morgan race. They're coming up at Slinger Superspeedway. Sunday, August 30th, the Alan Quickie Memorial AK-77 lap race, which is also the 3rd race of the Triple Crown Challenge, and it paid $7,000 to win. How cool would that be if Conrad won that one? Oh, my God. The place will go crazy. They're going to have to replace the fence after that.
Yeah, they probably would, because I don't think there's a chance of that happening.
Well, then you got one more chance. On Labor Day Sunday night, September 6th, racing in the Super Lates. That will crown a champion this year. That'll be the chance where we get a chance to say thank you and hang out with you. You got racing to run, so I'm guessing that the pleasantries will probably happen after, won't they? People want to come by and see you, come by in the pits after.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be around there for an hour or 2, I'm going to guess right now. Depending, I don't know how I'm going to take the whole thing. I try not to think about it.
Yep.
Because it's going to be an emotional deal.
Yeah.
Been going there forever.
And Jim, that last race on Sunday of Labor Day weekend, a couple of weeks ago at the drivers' meeting, track owner Travis Dassow announced that that's going to be a 92-lap feature.
Cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks,
That's
Travis,
amazing.
for that.
That'll be really neat to hang out and do with you. Conrad Morgan Racing is his social page. That's where you can buy one of these fancy T-shirts. You can also buy them in select quantities at the track. Lisa said she'll have some tubs there, but if you want to buy them and support it, why not, man? He's been part of this fabric for 60 years of short track racing in Wisconsin, and we could go longer, but I really want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for supporting your team that you're working with in the Midwest Truck Series. Last week you joined us at the Cellar, hanging out with your friends. That's not close to Waukesha or Dousman, so thanks for making the time to do that, and thanks for helping us share some of these memories and moments with you, because it's time to reflect. You got more racing to do yet, but we're so glad you said, yes, I'll be on your show. What are we going to talk about? And I'm glad we had this last couple minutes to spend with you, Conrad.
Well, I really appreciate you having me up here. I'm not very much of a speaker when it gets in front of people, but I knew I had to do this, and I really appreciate it.
I'm glad you did. I'm sure there's more accolades and laurels and comments and interviews to come. How about a huge hand, everybody, for Conrad Morgan for 60 years of racing in the area.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing the gang down as well. What a great way to celebrate 60 years of racing with Conrad Morgan. These cards will be available at the track as well. Dave Olson did a great job. There's a lot of history on just this card. You can actually have Conrad sign these at the track. By all means, do that. Support him. Go to Slinger Superspeedway. Get your tickets in advance, too, to save a bunch of money at their website, slingersuperspeedway.com. Dean Strom, as always, thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Appreciate it. More racing to talk about. American Super Cup's on the way. We've got to talk about the Larry Dietz's Memorial Race at Wisconsin Dells Raceway Park. Thanks to Bill Holland's coverage of In the Groove, sponsored by Johnson & Sons Paving. That's still on the way on the Racing Roundup Show, live from Paulie's Pub and Eatery. Come back and join us.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports. Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
Schaefer Service Center Slam Fest is back at the Slinger Superspeedway. Saturday, August 22nd. Get ready for full throttle mayhem with smoke, sparks, and survival in the craziest night of racing all year. See bus figure eights, trailer races, burnouts, ski races, and all your favorite Slam Fest events. Advance tickets are just $25 for adults and $15 for kids 17 and under. Gates open at 4:30. Racing starts at 6:30, rain or shine. Don't miss Slam Fest at Slinger.
Organize like the pros with Hefner Racing Products. Take your trailer to the next level. Upgrade your garage, streamline your shop. Whether you're tearing up the track or tackling home projects, Hefner Racing Products has you covered with the best made and widest variety of organizational accessories made right here in Wisconsin. Shop online now at hrpracing.com.
Race car components for gearheads in Beaver Dam is your race car parts destination. Anna Gerke and the Gross family of racers stock thousands of parts for short track racers on dirt and pavement. Race car components is the manufacturer of championship-winning Copperhead gears. Save on the shipping cost of MD3 body panels. Parts in stock. Get your G60 Hoosier tires psyched, approved, and signed. See Anna in the Gearheads Parts Van at Gravity Park. Visit Race Car Components for Gearheads.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome to our August 18th program. Next Monday night, Monday, August 24th, we're going to be live at 4th and Long. It's Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Night. We're going to talk about a bunch of short track racers that race for Team Bonafide all across the state of Wisconsin. There's a lot of drivers we'll talk with. Join us at 4th and Long. The address is 8911 West National Avenue in West Dallas. That info is on our website as well, racingroundupshow.com. This portion of our program is brought to you by the Midwest Truck Series, which is supported by The Hill and Nora's Tavern. Saturday's Grundy County event was weathered out. Next up for the truckers is the Jim Sauter Classic, coming up on Saturday, September 5th at Dells Raceway Park, along with the Midwest Tour. I'll be there on the call. Hope to see you there in the grandstands. For the latest series info, stay tuned to our show and visit MidwestTruckSeries.com. I'd like to thank and recognize some of our show sponsors for making this 42nd season possible. Thanks to LD's Barbecue, Bonafide Security Solutions, Source Services, NNS Towing, Select Container, Johnson & Sons Paving, Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin, HRP, Hefner Racing Products, BMRE Electric Carts. All these people make the show happen. It's amazing to know they want to support it and they continue to support our program, including more from the Midwest Truck Series, Slinger Super Speedway is a great supporter this year, Polly's Pub and Eatery, Auto Trans Design in Germantown, American Foundation Specialists, Rapina Realty, Adams Towing, and Race Car Components for Gearheads and Copperhead Gears in Beaver Dam. They all make the show possible. Please support their business and make sure you tell them you heard it or saw their ad here on the Racing Roundup program. Our show schedule next week, Monday night, August 24th, a special night to join us at 6 p.m. at 4th and Long for Bonafide Security Solutions Night. 89th and National is the address. And in 2 weeks, join us Tuesday, September 1st for another Johnson & Sons Paving Road Show at LD's Barbecue in East Troy. We're hanging out on a beautiful night. Bring your classic car, motorcycle, race car, friends, and your lawn chair. It's LD's Bike Night with live band Road Crew performing. It all starts at 6 p.m. Bring your appetite, too. They have some great food options as well. That's on 2 weeks' time, Tuesday, September 1st, LD's Barbecue in East Troy. Visit our schedule page as well. For more information, racingroundupshow.com. We now welcome in a driver who's got a very special story to tell. He races with the American Super Cups. He's one of the only trucks in this series. Let's welcome the driver of that Sundrop number 3 truck, Kaden Blowski. Kaden, welcome to the Racing Roundup Show.
Thanks, Jim. Glad to be here. And congratulations on the Hall of Fame.
Oh, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
It's really neat to have you guys part of it because this show is part of what I get to do. For every week I get to talk about great racing around the area, great racing in the upper Midwest. The American Super Cups have been going for a long time now. What attracted you to race with those guys and gals?
So actually, my dad started racing back in '89, and he used to go out to Rockford Speedway all the time. That's actually where I grew up going to, watching him race.
Sure.
In 2008, he had stage 3C colon cancer and ended up selling all of his racing equipment. And about 6 or 7 years ago, we went back out to Rockford Speedway to help a couple guys. And they ended up being out there, and my dad was like, hey, let's get back into racing. So he ended up buying a Super Cup car. And then as time went on, my sister joined the next year, and then I was the year after when I got the truck. So
wow.
Ever since then, that's where we've been.
Was that Sundrop truck always the Sundrop truck or always number 3?
It has always been the number 3, and it has always been the Sundrop truck. So there's a great story behind that.
Bring it on.
Like I was saying, Dad started racing back in 1989.
Yeah.
Him and my mom moved down to North Carolina, which I was born in Charlotte.
Okay.
While he was down there working for Leading Edge Race Cars, he was actually sponsored in a truck series truck down there by Sundrop, so he was teammates with Dale Jr. and all them at the time. So when I got the truck finally for the Super Cup Series, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do the homage to my dad and get into it and do the Sundrop thing. So
that's awesome. When it comes to that truck, was it new to you guys or something you guys built? Because I don't see many trucks on the racetrack, period, when it comes to divisions that are not the Midwest Truck Series.
Yeah, so they actually made those truck chassis in the 90s, and then they stopped making them for a while. We ended up finding that truck down in Virginia. It was actually one of three. One of the guys who used to race with, Tom Smith, he's in his 60s now. Raced the truck. He brought the truck up here for me and then put it together that year, and we started racing.
So North Carolina connections run deep with your family. When did you guys move back from North Carolina?
So they moved back after I was born in 2003. They wanted me to close with family because all my mom and dad's family's up here. But yeah.
One more tie to the NASCAR community, though. You guys must have found something special. You got a story to tell about a car your family bought. Bring that on.
So growing up, I loved Herbie the Love Bug. Always wanted a Volkswagen Beetle. Had about 8 of them between when I was 15 up until 18.
Did you paint them all off-white with the number 53 on them with the stripes?
No, actually not.
Okay.
We did that.
All right, just check.
I was thinking about it. I wanted to.
Yeah.
But after I finished college mostly, my dad sent me a text message. He was like, hey, Mike Wallace is selling a 69 Volkswagen
As
Beetle.
in the NASCAR driver, Mike Wallace.
Yes, Mike Wallace, NASCAR driver. He's like, do you want to go get it? And I was like, yeah, why wouldn't we go get that? I've always wanted a Volkswagen. Why not?
Yeah.
So we ended up taking the weekends. We drove down there, met him at one of his shops. Great guy, absolutely great guy. Ended up selling me the car. I have the picture with him. Title says Mike Wallace Racing Incorporated. It's really cool, and I'm going to end up restoring that bug. Maybe do some road course stuff. It's going to be great.
Wow. What kind of condition was it when you got it? Race ready?
No, not race ready. So it actually been sitting for like 15 years.
Oh, wow.
He's like, yeah, we got it from, if I remember correctly, you got it from the original owner. It sat. They brought it back to the shop. They couldn't get it running. He's like, it's a great car. I just can't get it running right now. Got it back to the house. My buddy from across the street, Sean, came over, and we were like, we're going to get this thing running. Got it running in 15 minutes.
Nice. So I look forward to seeing it on the road. Maybe
Absolutely.
when you pay us a visit back. When it comes to the American Super Cups, and that's a great story. When it comes to the American Super Cups, racing, they're still going on. They raced this past weekend. They're racing again. When is your next event?
So we are at Dells Raceway Park September 6th.
Okay.
I am hoping to be there. My truck right now is not in the best condition. I was in a wreck at Slinger a couple weeks ago with Lindsay Herwald, actually, who was with you guys.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and get that done, or I'm going to hop into my sister's car because she actually just had hip surgery, so she can't race the rest of the season. So I'll be there either way.
And that's Sunday, September 6th. They're racing the Jim Sutter Classic Saturday night. And Sunday, the only oval racing, I believe, is the American Super Cups because they're going to go through a bunch of stuff in what's going to be a dynamic event of destruction.
Absolutely.
They're going to destroy everything. Hopefully you guys are staying clean. And I hope you guys get to go first because there might be like horns and car mirrors all over the place. You never know.
Some more obstacles.
Yeah, I guess. But you guys can't. I mean, you can see them because it's half-scale cars, but I'm thinking that maybe. So if you want to be part of the fun, just get a campsite all weekend. It's the Wisconsin Dells Water Park Cap of the World. Great racing Saturday. You're racing on Sunday. Maybe you're in your sister car, which is awesome. And really having some fun. What do you like most about racing with the American Super Cups?
Honestly, it's kind of the family group aspect of it. So when we started, even though we had racing family from when my dad was racing, everybody that was in the American Super Cup Series just kind of took us in. Every week, no matter who you are, where you come from, they're always there to help you. No matter what you break, everybody's there. They're ready to give you parts, ready to give you different ways to set up your car. My dad loves helping out all the other kids. I love watching the kids grow up and then move on to the larger cars. So like Max Layback, who's in the 16, he started in our race shop, and he's now going off to college to be a mechanical engineer.
Wow.
So it's really cool to see that. I love the family aspect of it.
Who are the folks that support you, Kaden?
So, first and foremost, my mom, dad, my stepmother, Carolyn, my sister, all my crew members, Marty, Sean, Nate, my sponsors, Greco & Sons, BC Auto Body, Twisted Graphics, great guys, and then, of course, Allied Garage Door, who I'm actually the fleet service manager for.
All right, what do they do?
They are overhead door technicians. We service the doors in the greater Chicagoland area, so commercial, residential. We do dock plates, automatic doors like you see at the grocery stores, and they'll come all the way out here to Wisconsin. We go to Ohio, Michigan, Indiana.
Wow.
Whatever you guys need, visit allieddoor.com, or you can call our phone number at 800-660-1877, and they will help you with whatever you need.
And they're busy, and that means they know what they're doing, and they've been busy for a long time, I'm guessing.
Yes, they've been in service for over 40 years.
Wow.
All family owned. Larry, the owner, great guy. When I brought him the opportunity to hop on the race car, he didn't even give it a second guess.
That's so cool. We look forward to seeing you racing on September 6th at the Dallas Raceway Park. Thanks so much for your time tonight, too.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be handing over for Kaden Blowski joining us, one of the 3 family members racing in the American Super Cups. Looking forward to seeing you racing soon, and it's been fun hanging out with you and getting to know you.
Fun, happy.
Appreciate you being here. And you can always watch our show on demand. You can rewind it, fast forward, see Kaden's interview, find out more about Allied Door at allieddoor.com. Looking forward to having some fun with a bunch of racers still. We've got a few more shows yet this year. We're going to step away right now, take a commercial break, and come back with Bill Howland and In the Groove. And we love carrying on short track racing. That's what we do each and every week here. Next Monday, join us at 4th and Long for Bonafide Security Solutions Night. And in 2 weeks, on Tuesday, September 1st, we're going to be live at LD's Barbecue in the parking lot of Bike Night with a live band. It's going to be a bunch of fun on September 1st. Info on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Johnson & Sons Paving is an asphalt and concrete paving contractor serving southern Wisconsin and proudly sponsors our weekly Bill Howland in the Groove segment. Trust a team of experts offering a full range of asphalt and concrete construction services for customers from Dane County to Fond du Lac and from Sheboygan to Kenosha County. Johnson & Sons Paving is proud to meet or beat their clients' timeline while exceeding expectations. Homeowners and business owners alike depend on the racers at Johnson & Sons Paving to stay on budget and to get in and out quickly while keeping their property safe and accessible at all times. For all of your asphalt and concrete needs, get started by going online to johnsonsonspaving.com.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
Hey there, this is Leon from LD's Barbecue. Open Wednesday through Sunday in East Troy. Not only do we serve your favorites every day, but we also provide catering for graduations, weddings, office parties, and more. Stop in and try our award-winning food, sauces, and rubs. Check us out on Facebook for daily specials. LD's Barbecue in East Troy. Remember, we'll smoke your butt.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When your foundation is in need of repair, you need 3 things: an honest opinion, quality work, and fair prices. Call American.
Trust and dedication. That's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement. 414-761-3250 to schedule your free inspection appointment. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th and Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday, August 18th edition. Looking forward to seeing you this coming Monday, August 24th at 4th and Long. It's a sports bar on 89th and National. Mike Lang is a racer that races in the 602 Outlaw Late Models at Dallas Raceway Park. He owns the joint. He also is part of what Mike Mike Egan, at Bonafide has in his team, in his house, in his shop, Mike Lang's race cars right there with Mike's stuff. So it's great to see the Egans and Langs working together. We're hanging out with Team Bonafide next coming Monday night, August 24th at 4th and Long, Mike Lang's joint for Team Bonafide night. And Mike Egan and the whole cast of characters he sponsors with Bonafide Security Solutions. Join us there on Monday. It's time for the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR Report. They're a proud founding sponsor, Joe Gibbs Racing. Visit interstatebatteries.com to find a battery for every need at a dealer near you. In year 2028, we have a Cup Series driver announcement already. Connor Zilich will take over the number 48 Ally Chevy for Hendrick Motorsports in 2028. Current driver Alex Bowman has already announced he will retire at the end of 2027 from full-time Cup Series driving. Today, Homestead Miami Speedway announced they will again host the NASCAR Championship races next season in 2027, with Championship weekend a weekend later this year, November 12th to 14th will wrap up the Cup Series schedule and the other NASCAR national divisions. Today, there was a conscious effort on social media to share thoughts and memories of Kyle Busch. Today's date is 8/18. It coincides with Kyle's last 2 Cup Series race-winning numbers. There will be a public celebration of life for Kyle Busch at Charlotte Motor Speedway on October 9th following the NASCAR Truck Series race that day. On Saturday night, this past weekend at Richmond Raceway, Joey Logano raced across the finish line ahead of Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, Denny Hamlin, and Chase Elliott. 7 Cup drivers locked into the 16-driver championship already following their run at Richmond. The next 2 races at New Hampshire and Daytona end the regular season. During the Richmond Cup race, Kyle Larson charged from 30th up to 6th at the finish, but during the race, his crew chief, Cliff Daniels, radioed into Kyle and said, hey, there was a weather delay at Knoxville. We're working on a plan for you. Wouldn't you know, Richmond raced to the finish. Kyle Larson raced to an airplane. There was a 3-hour weather delay, as the Billings family is well aware. Mike Hughes is saying, man, it was a long wait, but guess what? The 3-hour window for Kyle Larson to finish the Cup race and to get to the Knoxville Raceway in Iowa and a 2-hour plane ride, 3 hours delayed, worked out magically for some. Earlier in the week, Larson won his Knoxville prelim night with his sprint car that owned by Paul Sevilla. Earned the pole position for Saturday night's $200,000 to win Knoxville Nationals. He made it. It was highly unlikely Larson was going to be there. He was resigned to just watch it maybe in his bus after the Cup race if it was still going. He admitted he was kind of bummed out. But when he heard that radio call, like, hey, we might have a chance, he said, it got me a little excited. So wouldn't you know, I was told this, my son actually was following the progress of Larson that night. He said there was some, on the jumbo screens, correct me if I'm wrong, they showed Kyle Larson's flight plan from Richmond, Virginia, to get landing at the airport near Knoxville, to getting into Suburban. Then the drone picked him up, and they were on the screens with the drone live shot the last couple miles getting Kyle to the racetrack. And the crowd went nuts when Kyle Larson pulled in the pits with helmet in hand during the B main. It was pretty cool to know that followed along. What happened next? Kyle Larson started from the pole position and led all 50 laps and won his 4th Knoxville Nationals into the early hours of Sunday morning with an incredible run with Kyle Larson just putting it on him. He was not passed. He was challenged a couple times, but he was through and done and won his 4th Knoxville Nationals. Looking at the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, Kaden Honeycutt won the Black Star 250 truck race that ran Saturday after the rain washed out the scheduled Friday night event at Richmond. He held off teammate Corey Heim, Christian Eckes, pole winner Shane Van Gisbergen. Now 16-year-old ASA Stars National Tour full-timer Tristan McKee won the $40,000 Battle at Berlin Raceway with team owner and Wisconsin native Richie Waters on Wednesday night. Then on Friday night this past weekend, McKee went out and raced his first ever NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race in the number 77 Spire Motorsports truck and finished 8th. Nice job. Wisconsin's most recent NASCAR champion and Kaukauna resident, Ty Majeski, finished 4th in Stage 1. Most credit to the 19th place finish and is still 6th in points. And by the way, happy birthday today. Ty Majeski turns 32 years of age. This Saturday's truck race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway takes the green flag shortly after 12:30 p.m. Central on FS1. FYI, Tristan McKee has entered this Saturday afternoon's Truck Series race in New Hampshire as well. 5 trucks will go home on the 41 truck entry list. Sunday's Cup race will go live at 2 p.m. Central on USA Network. ASA Stars National Tour point leader Carson Brown led all 200 laps in the prestigious Evergreen Summer Showdown in Washington State on Saturday night. It was Carson's first start at the Spears Cars Tour West Super Late Model Series. Kevin Harvick drove in the Pro Late Model race the night before, only to have his car rewrapped and changed over to a Super Late because Keelan Harvick's car had an issue in the Super Late side. So Keelan drove Kevin Harvick's in the Super Late race. That car, he went from last to 3rd in 200 laps. Good job by them. Keelan Harvick's also entered the next ASA Stars National Tour race. It's next Wednesday, August 26th. That's the date because I'm going on the 25th on Tuesday. I'm getting over to Owasso Speedway, so that's why our show's back on Monday. So we're doing our show Monday. I'm traveling to Owasso on Tuesday. Wednesday night, ASA Stars National Tour with Keelan Harvick and the gang and the Michigan 300 on Track TV. There have been several 2027 NASCAR race date announcements made by speedways in recent days. Track Enterprises, who has the promoter rights to the Milwaukee Mile NASCAR races that moved to Rockingham Speedway in 2024, announced they will not be holding a NASCAR race at Rockingham Speedway in 2027. Earlier this afternoon, the Chicagoland Speedway date was announced June 25th, 26th, 27 next year. So Joliet will have a cup race in the middle of the summer once again. That also coincides with Road America's IndyCar weekend. So you got to make a choice. But I will tell you, there's a great choice to be made right now for a limited time. Tickets for the 4-day, June 24th through 27 IndyCar Series race at Road America next year. Those tickets are on sale. The 4-day pass is just $140. So by all means, get there while you can. Go to roadamerica.com to find a 4-day ticket waiting for you for 4 glorious days of racing at Road America for the June 24th through 27 IndyCar Series race. RoadAmerica.com is the website. They also are hosting the SRO World Challenge this weekend, so lots of cool sports cars racing. National and international categories, great car watching, great people watching. So head up to Road America this weekend if you don't have plans already to have some fun at some great racetracks around the state of Wisconsin. Right now we're joined by a gentleman who's been around the state of Wisconsin 17 times this year alone, I think. Man, you've been putting some miles on, Bill Howland. Thanks for coming back on the show, and it's great to know we've got a chance to see you every week, bring out some great racing highlights once again to our show. Thanks for doing that.
There's so much outstanding racing in the state of Wisconsin. You start listing events and we'll run out of time, but it's a tough time of year for a lot of the race teams because they've been working really hard since springtime, and a couple of drivers have pointed out to me that stretch from mid-July through Labor Day, there's a lot of big events that are pretty much bam, 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 one right after the other. If you're running well, if you're winning, that's great. You can get on a roll and really build up some momentum. If you're struggling, boy, it's tough because there's not a lot of time to get things straightened out in the shop.
Yeah, you've got the National Short Track Championships are end of September at Dells Raceway Park. You've also got Lacrosse Oktoberfest. You've also got Halloween, which will cap off the Alive for 5 season at Dells Raceway Park. Those kind of are season enders as Rockford and Speedway mega events have gone to Grundy County Speedway and have gone to Dells Raceway Park, including another track closure, Wausau State Park Speedway. Their closure also helped Jerry Albee to say, I want to celebrate Larry Deachens and have a great event at an Alive for 5 setting this past week.
And you know, the connection that I didn't realize initially, Larry Deachens was a champion at Dells Raceway Park. And the family seems fine with it, and good enough for them, good enough for the rest of us, right?
Yep. Wausau State Park Speedway no longer exists, but you know what? The tradition carries on for that Wausau family team, the Wimmer family, and the thoughts and memories of one of the rising stars of our area. Larry Deachens passed away, unfortunately, in 1981, I believe it was the year, in a racing incident. But, Bill, you got a chance to cover the action, the Alive for 5 at Dells Raceway Park. It's called In the Groove, and it's every week, and it's only here on the Racing RoundUp Show. Bill, let's sit and watch with you. This is Bill Holland filing the report for In the Groove, sponsored by Johnson & Sons Paving from the Larry Deachens Memorial 125.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the Groove at Dells Raceway Park. We're here for the annual Larry Deachens Memorial. This race now part of the Alive for 5 Super Late Model Series here at DRP. And plenty of heavy hitters chasing the checkered flag. Lost in a 1981 racing crash, Larry Deachens was a favorite on the track and off. 45 years later, his legacy and inspiration for drivers like former national short track champion Ryan Farrell.
What I didn't expect is how many people would come up and start talking, yourself included, Bill, about how much Larry meant to that community. And then you start hearing more details about how good he was, and he was on the path to NASCAR, and just the odd nature of the way that ended. It just kind of painful, just a lot of what ifs, and I really appreciate everybody that made it known to me what it meant.
Two-time Alive for 5 champ Gabe Summers' first big win was the Deachens Memorial at State Park Speedway in 2019.
That was really cool. There was a lot of great competition at State Park for that, and it was always a race I watched as a kid growing up, and to be able to get that win meant a lot because State Park's not around no more. So yeah, it's here at Dells, and it'd be really cool to get another Deachens win.
Gleason, Wisconsin's Justin Mondyke is the only two-time Deachens Memorial winner in the field. He's less than a week removed from a $15,000 payday in the ASA Midwest Tour Gandrud Auto Group 250 at Wisconsin International Raceway.
It's been a great week overall, winning, but racing is definitely the most humbling sport, so
gotta enjoy it while you can, but you're only as good as your last race. So gotta continue to work hard, and that's what we're here today to do.
Like Larry Deachens, Luke Fenhouse hails from Wausau, Wisconsin. The two-time Alive for 5 champ and series point leader calls this a bucket list race.
Obviously special being from Wausau, but also other people in my family knew him and worked with him, and that's what's cool about it. So I've been striving to win this race here for a while, and you know, hopefully we can get her done tonight. This really would be the next bucket list win.
In qualifying, it's two-time defending Alive for 5 champ Casey Johnson fastest, the 2018 Memorial winner looking for a second Deachens trophy.
As we were racing, you know, his Memorial races, I tried to learn the history of him, and he actually seemed like he kind of raced like me. Super clean, worked on his own stuff, just all around hard-working guy, you know. So it was an honor to win his race. I mean, like I said, just those legends in our sport, you always want to try to represent them well and run their Memorial races as best you can.
Our first super late model heat is the qualifying race for drivers who didn't make the top 16 in time trials. And we've got some pretty good cars and drivers in this one. Up front, two-time Deachens winner Justin Mondyke and Fox Valley driver Jordan Thiel in the 2. At the line, it's Thiel by inches.
It's unfortunate that both of us were stuck back in that race, but you know, poor qualifying, that'll happen sometimes, and we were lucky enough to come away with the win, but he fought us hard, which I expect, but everything is good so far.
The top 16 fast qualifier heats have 8 drivers in each. No surprise to see Gabe Summers out front in this one. Summers leading Luke Fenhouse. He's first to the finish with thoughts on the 125-lap main event.
This place is super racy and everybody's super tight, so it's going to be, just can't give up any spots and just try to get to the front and be there at the end.
In our second fast qualifier heat, that's Austin Nason out front in the 14. The two-time national short track champion and two-time Joe Shear Classic winner taking the checkers with an eye on the feature.
I think we got something good tonight. Didn't qualify where we wanted. We got a long ways to go there, so but a good long run car, I feel like. So, and that's kind of been our strong suit this year. So we'll see what we got.
The 602 Outlaw late model feature has Alex Rudinger in the 97 and Mason Hellenbrand in the 67 car on the front row, leading the field to green. Rudinger with the early lead. He's out of Larson, Wisconsin, near the Fox Valley. Hellenbrand hails from Verona, just south of Madison. Right now, these two set the pace. Rudinger, the first-year 602 Outlaw driver, leading Hellenbrand, who's won here in the past. Nick Schneider out of Roscoe, Illinois, now third ahead of Sparta veteran Brad Worthen, running fourth in the 22. Alex Rudiger's led all the way. He's gunning for his first win in the Outlaws. Nick Schneider, the wild child, closing in on the leader. The 26 looks to be the fastest car on the track as Schneider takes over the lead with the laps winding down. Coming to the checkers, it's Nick Schneider winning his first ever 602 Outlaw feature.
I started at the bottom. I clawed my way through every class in order all the way up to where I'm at now, and this is Illinois Stock Car Hall of Famer, 7-time Rockford Speedway champion Ricky Bilderbeck's last ever late model. So it has a lot of sentimental value to me. So to get a win in a Legends car really does it makes everything about tonight just so special.
We come to green in the main event with former NASCAR Truck Series champ and past Deachens winner Ty Majeski on the pole. Weston Marthaler in the 100 on the outside on the first of 125 laps. Right now it's a battle of the 91 cars. Majeski in the yellow 91. Tristan Swanson in the black car. These two really getting after it. Ty Majeski is accomplished as anyone in super late model racing. Swanson's won big events here at DRP and is having a huge year in the Midwest Truck Series. It's Majeski, Swanson, Casey Johnson up to third, Max Kaler fourth in the 17, and contact. Ty Majeski out of the groove to save it. Swanson taking over the lead. Our front runners working through a lot of traffic, and Casey Johnson takes over the top spot. Our fast qualifier out front. Waterford, Wisconsin's Jeff Storm with trouble in turn 4. This will bring out the caution with 4 laps to go. Casey Johnson leads the field to green with Swanson, Majeski, and Kaler right behind that 5 car. But there isn't a lot of time. Lap after lap, Tristan Swanson is giving Casey Johnson all he wants. The 91 right there in the leader's tire tracks. But after 125 laps, it's Casey Johnson winning his second Larry Deachen's Memorial Race. With the win, Johnson takes over the lead in the Alive for 5 point standings and knows just how much this victory means.
It's an honor to win Larry's race, honestly. I mean, he's got a great family. He was a great race car driver. And it's just cool, you know, anytime you can get a guy like him have his memorial race, or a Dick Trickle, or the Ruffners, or anything like that. I mean, they're just the giants of our sport. I mean, it's super cool for a guy like me that's getting a little older to be able to win their races.
Larry Deachen's was lost more than 45 years ago. That's before most of today's drivers were born. But his legacy matters to today's racers, and that's why the memorial means so much to these drivers. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who makes this program possible. And that includes our sponsor, Johnson & Sons Paving. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Bill, thanks. That was great. Loved hearing from the drivers as well. The Wausau natives embracing the Larry Deachen's race. Casey Johnson, I mean, get to talk to him a couple times about the meaning of that race. That you don't see that anywhere else. You don't get a chance to do that. You get a 20-second soundbite for the news, and that's it. So our show, I think, thanks to Bill's involvement, has elevated the idea that we want to cover the 602 Outlaws. We want to show the heat race winners. We want to show that the racing action for a given night. So it's really special to have you part of the deal.
There's a lot going on any given race night, and while we appreciate everybody watching our show, our Tuesday night show, our Saturday TV show, there's so much going on at the track that I just encourage everybody to get out and support your local racetrack. We try to do the best job we can, bringing the highlights to you, but at the track is the place to be.
It is. It's the cat's meow. You got to get there and see it in person and see Bill getting really busy. That's what he does every week. He's got more work to do this week because he has a special, separate, edited version for In the Groove for this coming Saturday's CW18 Milwaukee TV show. So join us at 11:30 a.m. Saturday, every Saturday, all season long, on CW18 Milwaukee, home of the NASCAR O'Reilly Series races. And this Saturday, we're the only thing on CW18 that says NASCAR. So watch our show or set the DVR or watch it live on CW18Milwaukee.com when it happens. And Bill, thanks again. We'll see you next Monday. Monday, that's right, Monday for our next show.
I appreciate the reminder.
We're going to be at 4th and Long on 89th and National in West Dallas for a special night with the Bonafide Security Solutions drivers. That's next Monday. We're back to wrap it up here at Polly's in a moment on the Racing Roundup Show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Danny Lynch's Bar at the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100 is a great neighborhood bar to relax, play darts and pool, and grab a cold one and something to eat from the food truck in the parking lot. Danny Lynch's proudly sponsors Dirt Race with Colin Skin-Gillespie and has big screen TVs everywhere you look to catch NASCAR races or watch your favorite sports team. Danny Lynch's at Lincoln and Highway 100 in West Dallas is your destination for live bands and their outdoor tent every weekend, all season long, too. Follow them on their Facebook page, Lynch's-West Dallas.
For your next purge or project, Go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with one truck, one employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Race tickets and other prizes await our friends here at Polly's Pub and Eatery after the program. We'd like to thank our racers and friends at Schlafer Auto Body and Sales in Landon for their support of our show. 4 generations of racers can take care of you. They work with all insurance companies when it comes to auto body and truck repair. When it comes to body work, search Schlafer Auto Body on Facebook to get in touch with this family of racers, or stop by the shop and say hi to Danny and the gang and Debbie at Schlafer Auto Body and Sales in Landon. We want to thank our guests for tonight. Let's give them a big hand, everybody. Emily Billings, thank you for being here. Conrad Morgan, awesome. Thank you, Kaden Blowski, for joining us as well. It's really cool to have them here. Thanks to Bill Holland and Dean Strong for their continued contributions. And a special happy birthday to some of our show crew. Sam Trado is running the controls tonight because Matt Rapina is at the Poly Shuttle at the Brewer game. Sammy's birthday was yesterday. Mark Goodman's birthday is today, so happy birthday to you guys. Thanks for being part of our program. We could not do this show or our TV show or podcast without Dave Schmallinger, Matt Rapina, Greg Lapine, Bill Holland, Sherry Prague, Dean Strom, Faye Hendricks, Jill Lapine, or Scott Krieger, and a bunch of folks that just say, hey, you need a hand? Yes, thank you for all your help for making this show possible. We're back here with you Monday night. Yes, Monday night next week. We're going to be live at 4th and Long. It's a sports bar at 89th and National in West Dallas. It's Team Bonafide night, Bonafide Security Solutions night. We also want to tell you that in 2 weeks' time, join us on Tuesday, September 1st, where we're going to be live at LD's Barbecue for another Johnson & Sons Paving Road show presented by Oak Creek Automotive. That's in East Troy. Come hungry, bring your lawn chair, hang out with us in the parking lot with bike night and a live band. It's a bunch of fun. That's on Tuesday, September 1st. I'm going to have a bunch of fun this weekend. Hope you are too. Support Short Track Racing. Please, when you get a chance, get yourself to a racetrack. You'll enjoy it. You got some racers now to cheer for that we just talked to here on this program. Until next Tuesday, support your local racing, set your DVRs, and have at it, racers. Thanks for joining us.
Wisconsin racing fans, we hope you enjoyed our show. Watch Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show this Saturday morning at 11:30 on CW18 Milwaukee and live online at CW18Milwaukee.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Plan now to join the racing crowd next Tuesday and win prizes. Visit RacingRoundupShow.com for our latest show schedule and to watch our shows on demand. Like the Racing Roundup Show on Facebook. Follow and interact with us on X and Instagram at Racing Roundup. Until next time, race fans, on behalf of the entire crew, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetrack, set your DVRs, have at it, racers.